Okay, so very few people like working with fractions, and there's a little trick that you can do to get rid of the fractions so that you don't have to work with fractions. And the trick is finding the common denominator and multiplying all the terms by the common denominator. What would be the common denominator here? 6, 4, and 3. Well, to find the common denominator, what I do is I start with the bigger number and I ask, are the other denominators factors of the biggest denominator? So the biggest denominator, 6, is 4 and 3 a factor of 6? Well, nothing times 4 equals 6, so 6 cannot be the common denominator, because not all the denominators are factors of 6. The common denominator is the number where all the denominators are factors of it, okay? So then, since 6 is not the common denominator, I double 6. In other words, I multiply 6 times 2. That gives me 12. And I ask, okay, are the other denominators factors of 12? And in this case, yeah, they are. 4 is a factor of 12, and 3 is a factor of 12. Okay. So that's the common denominator, 12. So what I'm going to do, once I find the common denominator, I multiply all my fractions by the common denominator. And actually, I multiply all the terms in the equation by the common denominator. 6 goes into itself once, goes into 12 twice. 4 goes into itself once, goes into 12 three times. 3 goes into itself once, goes into 12 four times. And there's no denominator to cancel with, so this is just going to be 12 times 42. Okay. So now that I've canceled all the denominators, they're all 1, so that means there's really no denominator anymore. All we have are numerators. Now I'm going to multiply what I have left with the numerator. So 2 times 5x is 10x, plus 3 times x is 3x, plus 4 times 2x is 8x, and then whatever 12 times 42 is. Let's figure that out. 12 times 42, 4, 8, 2, 4, 4, 5, 504. So now what we do is we combine like terms. All these are like terms because they're all x to the first power. So 10x plus 3x is 13x. 13x plus 8x would be 21x equals 504. And 504 divided by 21 is 24. So x equals 24. Okay. Here again, I find the common denominator. I look at the biggest denominator, but and I ask myself, are the other denominators factors of 5? And they're not. So I'm going to double the biggest denominator. So 5 times 2, that gives me 10. Are 4 and 2 factors of 10? No. So I'm going to triple it now. 15. Are 4 and 2 factors of 15? No. So I'm going to multiply it times 4, which is 20. Are 4 and 2 factors of 20? Yes. So that's my common denominator, 20. That's my lowest common denominator. Okay, now that we find the common denominator, we can cross cancel. We're going to cross cancel the 20 with the 4. 4 goes into itself once, goes into 25 times. 2 goes into itself once, goes into 20 10 times. 5 goes into itself once, goes into 24 times. Now that I've canceled everything out, I multiply using the distributive property or the distributive axiom. Five times x is 5x. 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 10 times x is 10x. 10 times 1 is 10, equals 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 11 is a negative 44. Now I'm going to combine like terms. 5x plus 10x is 15x. And 45 plus 10 is 55. Equals 4x minus 44. 15x minus 4x, because I'm going to take away 4x from both sides, right? Equals, I'm going to take away 55 from this side, so I can get the x's by themselves, and I'm going to take away 55 from this side, um, equals 55 and 44 is 99. So it's a negative 99. So I got 15x minus 4x equals a negative 99. 15x minus 4x is 11x, which equals a negative 99. And now I want to get x by itself, and so I want to get rid of the 11. So what do? Divide by 11, right? Divide by the coefficient of x. Again, remember, since the operation is multiplication, 11 times x, you use the opposite, which is division. The opposite of multiplication is division, so you divide by 11 to get rid of the 11. That leaves you with just x. And 99 divided by 11 gives you a negative 9.